One of the things that I think a lot of times boys need is not just exposure to one guy.
One dad.
One dad. No matter how good the dad
is. He can't be everything.
He can't be everything. And that boy may need somebody to give the boy some perspective on the dad.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
One of the most valuable things I learned as a guy was I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't out of line, who became one of my favorite professors and was a great guy and would call me out when I started saying stuff that was ignorant. You need that to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group so that if you then have a boy who's gay or non-binary or what have you, they have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not.
All right, so before I go on my little rant, I need to first give this guy his flowers, all right? Just give me 60 seconds. First black president, shout out to him, man. You know, I was actually in the inside of my dorm room when they made the announcement. It was completely silent. And then as soon as they made that announcement, I mean, the entire dorm room, probably the entire freaking college was in an uproar. So happy, it was dope, right? That's what the initial thing was. Celebration. Hey, we got a first black president, man. He about to make some changes. He gets into office, and the entire time he was in there, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, he didn't do anything for the black community, right? But he did look out for one community, specifically the alphabet community. And so when we hear things like this, or when I hear things like this, I'm not really that surprised. I am not. Like, it seems like since the beginning, since he got into office, he's been trying to push his doggone agenda. Maybe I missed something while he was running his campaign, because I don't think that this was at the forefront, you know, before he got into office, but I may be wrong. But let me know this, right? You're telling me, you know, regardless of whatever he got going on, a heterosexual male can't teach you empathy, can't teach you all of these very basic things in life. Listen, I didn't have. Calm down, little mighty bite. Let me get this off my chest. All right, let me get it off my chest. Everybody's trying to stop. You can't stop this, man. I never needed anybody in that community to teach me basic things, basic human things, basic human emotions. And so, do I think that a guy needs somebody from that community to? No, absolutely not, fam. Your dad, your mom, when you have that type of balance or whatever in the home, you can get that from both of them. And even if you grew up in a single parent household, you can still get that from your mom or your dad. It's a basic emotion. And as far as getting exposure from other male influencers, you're gonna get that. Like, unless you're in the inside of a bubble, you're homeschooled or whatever, there are, even if you're at home, and like, you're still gonna get some type of outside influence from other males. That's why they always say that it takes a village, right? The father, the uncle, the grandfather, the granddad, other positive male. Let me change that. Other positive, assertive, and heterosexual males is what a young man needs in his life. Not somebody that is confused. And yes, I will say it. Listen, I know, I'm gonna have a lot of people that got something to say about how I view this thing. That has pretty much been my stance with this. Listen, do I dislike anybody in that community? Absolutely not. I don't even use the H word, right? We don't even use that over here. But no, do I dislike anybody? Absolutely not, man. I don't dislike them, and I respect anybody. If that's what you choose to do, that's what you choose to do. There's no hatred or anything towards whatever you choose to do. As far as that being a person that's going to influence anybody that's in my household, in my circle, absolutely not, right? I think that a man is supposed to be with a woman is supposed to be with a man. They procreate, they make children, and they continue to build strong foundations and hopefully more households that follow that type of suit. I don't think that any young man should be listening to a guy that, again, I believe that's confused about his identity when it comes to, some of those guys love to say that they're a woman in a man's body. And it's a lot going on, man. Again, I think that it's a mental issue most of the time, childhood trauma and confusion because maybe they didn't have that in the household. And listen, I got to call a spade a spade. Barack Obama is no longer being looked at as a dominant male. If you want to call it alpha male or whatever, like when I think about somebody that's a strong man, I don't see Obama in that picture. And so most guys, most people, most men are choosing not to even listen to this guy because of how he has been behaving since being in office, right? Since being in office, leaving office, like I don't know what the hell is going on with him and Michelle, but she's been bashing him and basically looking down on him, going on a freaking whole rampage on this podcast and making other appearances and stuff like that. And it literally got the world just questioning, like, what the hell is going on in that household, man? A man that can't get his doggone household in order, right? If he don't necessarily have a woman that understands, or a wife that understands that, listen, you are a representation of me. So what I expect is for you not to go out here and be disrespectful towards me, the things that we have built. And honestly, this is what happens when you don't have, again, a strong, dominant male that's leading the house correctly. Should men follow behind any guy that can't get his freaking household in order? No. And again, the best way to tell is to look at the people that are inside of that house. Do they respect that man? I don't give a damn what you say. I can literally pull up clip after clip after clip of her saying some egregious nonsense that, most, again, alpha, assertive, male men wouldn't put up with. That's an absolute no-no. And again, I know some people are going to come for your boy in the comments. I respect it, and it's already expected. So, hey, if you guys disagree with me, please drop it down in the comments below. You don't have to worry about me deleting anything. But what I will say is, when you drop a comment, don't speak based on your feelings. Drop some facts, data, statistics, and let's talk about results, right? And when I think about men, right, what do men ultimately want, right? Somebody that's respectable, somebody that don't disrespect them, and peace, right? And regardless of whatever your accomplishments is, I always say, your biggest investment that you're ever going to make in your freaking life is the person that you choose to spend the rest of your life with, the person that you lay down with every single night. Is this a person that not only rocks with you, but every time that they step out the house, like, are they being respectful? Are they being respectable? Is this the type of person that you can continue to build with, that's not going to tear down the legacy or anything that you done built? But listen, I don't just want to put it off on her, because guys, this is why it's important to be the man that you're supposed to be. All right? Lead your house. Because when you confuse, when you don't got your doggone ducks in a row, this is a prime example of what happens, right? Just out here spitting out some crazy mess. I want to hear from y'all, man. Y'all drop it down in the comments below. Let me know. Am I wrong? Am I off? Let me know, man. All right, until the next time. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be beautiful. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Blueberry, Burberry, button-up. Tan skin, mixed race, buttercup. Canada weather, got a bundle up. I'm tryna work, she hit my phone, she wanna. Whoa, too bad was you know they roll.